What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Backlog Podcast number 56, and today we got a chance to do our big Street Fighter 6 review. We also covered what's new with MK1, the Tekken 8 news, and all the announcements at Summer Games Fest. I hope you enjoy this episode.
You guys both have like fucking 4K, meanwhile I'm like potato quality.
I mean, I bought...
And it's 1080, it's whatever the fuck Matt bought me.
I bought him like a 1080p camera.
Yeah.
And,
because mine shit the bed. And I was like, okay, cool, this is fantastic. I love this for me.
Yeah. And so I bought him for him, and then... Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's all you need. You just need to buy
and I said, big thanks. And, here we are. Potatoes are good though. I mean, yeah, potatoes make French fries and hash browns.
I'm waiting on the OnlyFans from both of you.
Oh,
you want my OnlyFans? I don't know if you're ready for that.
Oh man, Quint. Oh. Not Quint's OnlyFans.
Oh my!
If you're ready for the fury.
Yeah. Matt's got more of that like bro flavor. I think Quint's just more like naturally attractive looking. Dude.
Are you judging me because I'm wearing a hat? You're judging me because I'm wearing a hat? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Are you saying because like what I wear is?
I'm not judging you because you're wearing a hat. I'm just saying it was your choice to look like a 2000s frat boy in a college movie.
Maybe it wasn't my choice. You ever think about that? Maybe this life chose me.
He was born. Maybe he was born with it.
Backwards hat ass motherfucker.
I know, right?
This life chose me, okay?
Dude, he's about to go crack some like natty lights and fucking play wizard staff.
Ash wore it better, dude.
Big fact.
Who?
Ash Ketchum? From Palatown?
Never heard of him.
You ain't heard?
Okay. Alright, fine. Wow. Fake fan.
Don't you mean Red?
Yeah. Rub.
No. Actually, Red character is actually canonically a different character than Ash. Oddly enough.
I don't even know if they're from the same dimension or if it's just like alternate timelines or what.
What?
Red?
So the weird thing about
live
Pokemon,
in the same world.
The weird thing about Pokemon, honestly, is that like supposedly they're originally
they do live in the same world.
Yeah, supposedly there was originally 151, and I refuse to believe that based on the technological progress of Pokemon, they hadn't discovered all these other continents with other Pokemon. So I'm pretty sure that like fucking Dialga or Palkia is just resetting the timeline every time they make a new game. And then everyone's
all the other regions are just gaslighting each other. Yeah, no, there's no other different Pokemon here.
It's like Greenland. They don't want you to come, or Iceland. They don't want you to come.
Buddy, the entirety
You're crazy.
Of Pokemon in Ash Ketchum's journey takes place in 1 year. Just let that sink in.
A year and a half.
No,
I thought it was a year and a half.
Oh, I'm sorry, a year and a half. Fine. Let's
I mean,
let's go ahead.
He goes on a lot of adventures.
There is no way in hell he did all of that in a year and a half.
It's like literally 30 years of Pokemon in 1 year. Dude, honestly, the Ash being in a coma, or the Ash making a wish to fucking Ho-Oh fan theories are probably the most accurate in terms of that TV show.
We're gonna get
Ash barely wore his hat backwards. Nuh-uh, he put that shit backwards every time he went to go get a good catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all.
Nah, he turns it backwards.
Pokemon.
He turns it backwards when he's getting serious. That's his pro gamer move.
It's true. Or exactly.
Yeah, I turned my hat backwards because you guys are about to catch these hands. That's what.
Yeah, right. About to send out his Charizard.
And it's buy one get one free.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
No.
He's having a fire sale on the.
I've been too deep in these natties. Now I'm upset.
Well, if I'm going to a middle school later, I'll hit you up, I guess. I don't know.
Damn.
Talking to me?
Anyway. Okay.
Talking to me?
Do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about? I don't know what we're talking about. Matt, you made the itinerary.
No, I didn't actually. It was contestant.
I did.
Damn.
He made the itinerary because I asked him to, and then I had to tell him what to put on it.
Did he?
No, you didn't. You didn't even tell me what to put on it.
I did.
Quit. Did you start sweating? Did you work up a sweat a little bit?
All you said was the MK1 and Tekken 8.
Bryan Fury on there too.
Yeah.
That's 3.
Quit. Did you work up a sweat? Because that was hard work.
Was it
Yeah,
tough to-
big. I got a big sweaty, dude.
yeah.
Respect.
I'm sorry.
Flexing them
Quinn.
content guns.
No, you're not, you bastard.
I'm happy
Anyway, he did a
that we
really
got to
good
share
job.
this podcast.
He did a
You
really-
did.
Let's pat him on the back for the work
Anyway.
that he did. But yeah, what we talk about?
You messaged me like an hour before the podcast starts. Hey, can you make the docket?
We're so proud. of you.
Sure.
We're so proud.
All
Hey,
right.
but I posted mad links. I posted mad links in the fucking.
Yeah, but they're all like Street Fighter 6. It's just like, oh, look at this person's doing in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, Street Fighter
Whoa,
6
aren't they
amazing, bro.
wacky and originals?
Just because you're a Tekken player and you don't understand doesn't mean Street Fighter 6 isn't great.
No, it's just they're not worth covering.
No, Street Fighter 6 isn't
So anyway, guys, welcome to the Backlog Podcast number 56. I'm Matt.
Quintessence.
August.
And today I think we're actually going to go over, we're going to be reviewing Street Fighter 6 amongst other things. So why don't we start with Quintessence, because I don't think August has even cracked open the game yet, but he's
I've
been
watched
watching
hours.
he's been
Literal
watching hours of the game. So he's got like a bird's eye, disconnected perspective of things.
Plus we played the demo that one time. That's gotta count.
Oh my god. The game's a little bit different.
A little bit. So, yo, Quint, what are your thoughts on Street Fighter 6 as of late?
Okay. So I'm still not super keen on Drive Impact.
Mhm.
However,
What about Peachy Keen? Are you Peachy Keen?
August.
Okay.
but so content wise, like the world tour and stuff, really cool, awesome, fantastic. It was definitely designed for controllers in mind and not pads
stick.
or and button boxes or anything like that. It was definitely
Supposedly-
designed for controllers.
Supposedly they did add a patch to make it easier to move around a world tour with pads.
They
Or not pads.
It's still rough.
they have to
Basically,
they have a
what they
button.
did is they just made the camera just like snap behind you for the most part.
There's actually a button that you press. Like you press like LB, and then you can control the camera with X, Y, Z, A, B, or triangle, whatever.
It's still it's clunky to say the least. But
I have played it that way for about 10 hours. I played it on
Yeah.
arcade stick that way. So it's a little weird. It's a little weird to get used to.
It's really weird.
But it works. It works. I do.
Yeah,
do
no,
like
I
it?
mean it's a nice little band-aid fix. It works. But yeah. So I think the game is really solid.
Mhm.
The only thing I'm kind of on the fence about is I'm not really liking the music. I thought maybe it kind of like grow on me over time.
Yeah.
But it just hasn't. I don't like.
Me and Matt had a long discussion about that.
It's just not doing it for me.
This is probably the weakest Street Fighter soundtrack I think ever. Ever.
Yes.
Like I've
Yeah.
never heard like even Street Fighter 5
It's a nothing.
reused a lot of like songs, but even those were like orchestral or
a remix of some
a
kind,
remix, or they had
a rearrangement.
they even gave new characters like great songs like Rashid. Come on, man.
Even the songs with the cheesy rapping were like decent, and like it was like you only play like they only usually played once, so you didn't have to keep hearing them. Like I know Ed's song has some rapping in it, and you're like, okay, yes, Ed is a closet Eminem, But like at the same time, you only heard it a couple times, and it wasn't the worst. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the new songs you hear on the menus all the time.
I don't mind the rapping if it was better. I don't know. It doesn't. Nothing really seems to fit.
What was your favorite lyric, Matt? You had like something about.
I don't remember, dude. It like voided my brain as soon as I said it.
Like I play Chun-Li and I hate Chun-Li's song. I think it's fucking trash.
Yeah. So I mean, it's.
But the gameplay's great. You know, the gameplay's awesome. It's fantastic. Presentation, gorgeous game. Seedy business practices aside, like. But you know, whatever.
So what are we talking about? Are we talking about the battle pass? 'Cause I know a lot of people were getting
battle pass, yeah.
Or the game released. Now
battle pass. They hid a battle pass
so
like until after reviews, and then they're like, "Hey,
yeah,
there's a battle pass coming."
Well, it kind of sucks. It like obviously the whole like drive tickets, multiple currencies is a little annoying. Did they do that in 5? I thought they wanted to do it in 5. I don't know if it ever turned into a thing.
They had something like that in 5.
They had currency in 5.
Yeah, they had microcurrency.
5's currency was a lot better because like you could buy DLC characters with that currency.
I think you'd still do that. I think you can still do that. You don't.
You think they're gonna allow that in 6?
Yeah, I think you can still do it. It's just that even in 5, it took forever to buy stuff. It took a really long time.
Yeah,
if you were playing like fairly consistently, you could pretty much get the DLCs as they came out.
In fact, they got in trouble once in 5 for nerfing the gain rate for the currency because I guess people had too much of it saved over from arcade mode. So they actually nerfed arcade mode, like how much currency you could get from it. So that was a little lame. But I think there was only one currency in 5, whereas in this one there's multiple currencies. So that leads me to believe the actual like you pay money for this currency is going to be weighted higher.
You can earn a very, very small amount of the premium currency.
What is it called? Is it drive tickets? I can't remember.
Fighter coins.
Something like that. Oh, fighter coins is like, that's the micro currency, right? That's the
that's the premium currency.
Yeah, that's stuff you got to buy with your own money.
No, you can earn like a teeny tiny bit of it through some challenges.
Okay.
A micro amount of micro.
The thing that I find interesting to be is like that's not something we'll know how it's going to shake out till more DLC is released and we'll get to see the rate. What I do think is cool is they're allowing like a 2-hour trial for every new character or something like that. So when any new DLC character comes out, you get to like try it. There's a character rental pass they're making.
Sort of. You get limited character rentals that you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, that is kind of cool.
But this is still probably the best Street Fighter I've played. Like, I think it's like up there with like the super good ones. If it had like better music, it would just sit atop the Street Fighter mountain for me.
Yeah. What do we think the best SF music game is? Because for me, it's 3, like unquestionably.
3 or 2 or I mean you could say 5 because 5 also has like a lot of the remastered versions of those songs and just collectively has a great soundtrack.
That's true.
I really love the Street Fighter EX series, particularly EX1 has an amazing soundtrack, probably one of the best in the entire series.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with EX, so
I don't even think
not in my
I don't even think like Street Fighter 1 has a soundtrack. I don't think it does. I don't think it has music.
I think it has some just generic music that plays, doesn't it?
It might. I don't remember. I've not played enough Street Fighter 1.
I could have sworn it had some. That's a good thing.
I've not played enough Street Fighter.
I don't know how we went from Street Fighter 1 to Street Fighter 2, to be honest.
Seriously, like biggest blow up in all of gaming. Because SF1 is so forgettable. Like SF1's the game that like almost no one's played. And even when
nothing burger.
Yeah, I went and tried it on the like Capcom Street Fighter collection, and I'm like, oh my god, I can see why no one ever wanted to play this.
But Matt, how did you feel about Street Fighter 6?
Well, the gameplay is fantastic. and I loved it. I think I can't get enough of it. It makes me like, I like it so much that like I care so much about playing it and getting better and winning, and it makes me so angry when I lose, but I keep going and I keep playing. This game makes me crazy salty. I don't know what it is about the game.
The game makes me super salty too. I don't know why. I feel like there's so much cheap shit, I guess, and I haven't gotten used to it. But
yeah.
When I stand up into like those JP command grabs, I just I want to hit Alt F4.
Yeah. I feel like by making like a universal defensive system though, it still feels less cheap than a lot of the stuff in 5. I mean, maybe this is just me, but like
Well, I mean, Drive Impact's neutered Dhalsim basically, so you know.
Well, I think the thing is right now, more than any other time in Street Fighter 6, is the time where we're gonna get the most lopsided tier list, because there's so many new mechanics and nothing is optimized that literally none of these tier lists matter. So, I mean, you can have a general idea of a tier list, but that's just gonna change within like 6 months. So,
it's just kind of funny. Like Dhalsim starts throwing out anything, you're just like Drive Impact. Like, okay, cool, full combo convert.
I have not fought one Dhalsim yet. I've
fought a couple.
I've not fought. I can't believe it. I've not fought one Dhalsim in ranks or in casual matches. I've not seen one.
A lot of Kens.
So there's always a lot of Kens.
Ken is definitely the most popular character.
But is there still a flow chart? That's the question.
Of course
for sure. Yeah, no. They love doing like a few moves into the kickstance, into like a low.
All Ken players play the same. They all play the same. Like I've never, like I praise you if you beat me with a smart Ken, you know. But yeah, no, like Ken's kind of, he's fun though. I mean, say what you will, but
he's pretty degenerate, but he's fun.
Yeah, for sure. Crazy enough, he's higher tiered than Ryu in this game.
Yeah, just that new kickstance. That kickstance is just ludicrous. Plus, he has like loops. He can just like do plus frame loops on you. That's cool, I guess.
Throw loops?
No, not even throw loops. It's just plus frame loops.
My
favorite, you have to basically hold that until you find an opening.
My favorite part about this game right now is there's just so much goodwill to it. There's so much enthusiasm. Like I think Street Fighter 5 fell on its face right out the gate, and I can't even remember why. I think there were so many bad things about it. Like I didn't even know where to start counting. Like Rookit Gate, there's a million things, but like this game, like you see people coming over from like Melee to play it. Like Mewtwo King's coming over from Melee to try to get that guy.
Yeah, it's that $1 million.
Like it's not
Millie.
It's not even just like people coming over for the money though. I think people are legitimately having fun playing the game. And I just love that new grinding spirit. I love that new grinding enthusiasm. I love watching these first couple offline tournaments, man. Like everyone's getting real hype. You're learning more about the game. You're seeing not necessarily where the meta is going to go, but people are starting to talk about like what's popular. The Japanese already have a tier list out.
They do. Fastest tier list in the
for real,
not West.
But no, it's cool to see so much goodwill and enthusiasm about one game, and people like, rather than the petty arguments or the bullshit or the scandals behind the scenes, people just talking about how good the game is and how much they want to play it now. I love that. Like early game of a good game is some of the most exciting time to watch fighting game.
Yeah, man. I would say though that this game does have some problems, but even those are sort of like, they're minor, but most of them are like,
what's your biggest problem?
Quality of life issues is the fucking UI in this game. I'm sorry, I don't mean to
the UI is every Street Fighter, man. I don't know why they can't just like have a normal ass UI. I don't know why I always have to go through a billion buttons to get anywhere.
Especially in like story mode or the battle hub or whatever, it's sort of like you have two menus. You can't just press start. You gotta press like select to go to a whole different another set of menus to change your clothing or whatever. change your controls, and then if you press start, that has another set of controls to change. That you can't just do everything through the start menu. I don't know why they didn't just add like another selectable menu through that, but it doesn't matter. Like I think that's a thing. Like just trying to exit the game is annoying because it's
a struggle.
It's like I just want to.
They don't want you to leave, bro.
I just want to exit the game, but they want you to press start to return to desktop. You can't just like exit and then exit again, and it'll be like, do you want to exit the game? It won't do that. It'll be like, oh, you want to enter the game? Okay, because it's like it's the press any button problem, where that it's like one of those things, or just
you wanted to go back to the title screen. No, I understand. I got you, fam.
Just changing your character. I don't know. Like it's fine once you get used to it, but again, it's just forever being mildly annoyed with the options and the UI, and that versus mode. Like versus mode screen where it's like, you want to play arcade, you want to play versus practice, that is the ugliest screen I have ever seen in a fighting game. Like it's just this ugly pink purplish color that like has like I think they're going for like some kind of street art, like on a wall type thing.
Definitely.
But it just doesn't do it for me. And then the music, the rapping like in the versus menu is just freaking trash. And
they picked way too much purple.
Yeah, I don't know. They went with so many different kind of options and sort of things that it feels a little disjointed between the three of them. The story mode is very jank. It has lots of like weird things that essentially it's just one giant fetch quest, right? Like I'm not even kidding. Like I went to you have to go to the other side of town to do this thing called the novice tournament, your first novice tournament at like the Mike Hagar Stadium, right? So you have to go there by taking the train, the subway. You take the subway there. You go, and they're like, okay, so we're actually your fighters aren't here at the stadium. You have to go out and find them and fight them on the street. And then once you get into the top 8, then you fight them all in the the stadium. So you fight them in the stadium, and like you fight like 2 people, and they're like, oh, you have to come back here at night because your opponent is only available at night, which means you have to take the subway back. And if you didn't know, when you take the subway, you have to fight like 3 hordes of bad guys. So that means you have to go take the subway back, fight through, take the subway there, fight like 3 hordes of bad guys, then take it back, fight 3 hordes of bad guys, just to go into your like room to press a button that says from day to night, and then you click night, right? And so then you click night. Just stop. Hold on. You click night, and then you have to go back to the subway. You have to get back on the subway to travel back to the other side of town because the other side of town is blocked by police cars. And then you get there, you fight the guy, and they're like, oh, the only way to get your next fight through the stadium is to come back during the day. So then you have to go back to the subway, ride the subway back to go back to your room, to turn it to day, to ride the subway back, to get to the stadium, to get your next fight. And this there's
a lot of padding.
And then there's like, oh yeah, by the way, your next fight isn't going to be for a little while. So why don't you go talk to Lei Fang over in Chun-Li's area of the the map. And then you're like, okay, but the police cars are still blocking the freaking way, so then you got to take it back to talk to Lei Fang, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like the
police
game.
cars ever not block your way?
They do. After you beat the novice tournament, the police cars are gone.
Oh, okay.
But they're just there for arbitrary like time padding. It's the worst thing in the world.
I don't know, man.
I didn't have the patience for it.
Dude, it sounds like the developers of this game were homies with the dude who made Shenmue. Like Capcom finally got to make their Shenmue. with their needless bullshit and
There's
their
a-
like final fight side quests.
Yeah,
Love
no,
it.
there's like stuff where it's like you at one point Bosch steals a bag of money from someone. So for whatever reason, he's, you know, your main characters, they're like, you get us that bag and you can get up this ladder to go talk to this person, right? So then you get sent on a fetch quest to go find the bag of this guy, and then there's like an alleyway of like hordes of you know, mad gear jobbers that you have to beat up.
Of course.
And they keep coming. You get up there to talk to the guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can make you this bag, but you have to get me 3 pieces of leather to go get this to make this bag." So then you gotta go out, find people, get into fights to get these 3 things of leather to bring it back to this guy. And then it's like, oh yeah, then there's also this one last piece I need, which is this clasp. But you gotta go find Marissa for this clasp. And so then you literally have to travel to Rome to find Marissa so she's a craftsman, to give you a clasp. But you gotta get into a fight with her, and you also have to get her to be your teacher so you can get the clasp, to bring it back to the guy, to get the bag to the Mad Gear hideout, and then get up the ladder to talk to this one person to figure out where Bosch is.
Dude, I don't know why you're complaining, man. I feel like you're finally understanding what being a world warrior is about. You know what I mean? The answer lies in the art of battle, bro. You just gotta keep battling it out. Gotta get them dubs, baby. Yeah.
This is literally like this game needs to pick itself up, or because it's been incredibly rough, you know, trying to go through this, and just so you can get costumes. They're trying. This is why they're making it so difficult, because they don't want you to get a costume too so easily. I mean, after a little while, like you start to like meet more and more people, but like at first, like it's pretty limited, and it's a poor man's Yakuza.
Dude,
That's
how do
really
you
what it
think
is.
You could also just pay money to unlock the second costume.
Yeah, but I already paid them $100 for the deluxe version.
Yeah, but what'd you get for that?
You got them extra colors, baby.
Buckus.
Yeah,
For-
there's extra colors.
for select
important.
characters?
For select characters.
For select characters and costumes.
Like 6 characters got an extra color. It's like, oh, whoa.
Oh, let me see what the deluxe. What is
Bro.
it? Is it the deluxe version?
Yeah, them premium
The deluxe.
colors are gonna be real worth it when they employ Fortnite tactics and they don't sell them again.
No, because you have an upgrade pass. You can upgrade whatever copy you're on to a higher tier.
Now, but you watch, there's gonna be like limited costumes that only get sold like once every like 2 or 3 years. So I
The
think
worst part is like the Ultimate Edition gives you like 7,700 drive tickets. You're like, oh, that seems like a lot of drive tickets.
Yeah.
Then you realize that's enough for barely like an alt color for a costume. And you're like, never mind. It's almost nothing. I see. Thank you, based Capcom.
So your money is worthless. Just buy our game.
Pretty much.
Give us
How
your
it
money
feels.
later.
The game's super fun though, so I'm torn, right? Like I want to give it like really high marks for like being super fun, but I also have to take the single player experience into account.
Yeah.
And like the monetization into account, and just be like, oh, crap.
So, have you guys noticed any of the cameos of World Tour? Because I hear there'd be like mad like Capcom and Final Fight references everywhere. You know what I mean?
There are. There's a lot of like. There's like references.
Hagars.
Yeah, there's a lot of like Final Fight references everywhere. You even like meet people from like Final Fight 2, or like a guy Carlos. I think it's Carlos Miyamoto, or and you just meet him randomly, and you have to fight him to be part of his like little secret operation or whatever it is.
His crew.
His
Yeah,
crew.
like I hear Luce is in the back somewhere chilling out. I mean, some of it takes place in Metro City. So I know, like, you know, Cody's supposed, if would he still be the mayor? He was the mayor in 5.
It says that like when you go on the train, it says you'll see like a poster that says like a more improved something Metro City, and it has like Mayor Cody on there.
Cool.
So yeah, I believe he's still mayor. And it's a little unsure, but it kind of implies that Mike Hagar might be dead, but it's still kind of like nobody really knows. They haven't really confirmed it necessarily, but he has a memorial, so I mean he must be dead, right?
Oh, not the Iron Mayor of Metro City. Fuck.
You know, I mean, he's as dead as Street Fighter characters and such get. You know.
Yeah.
He's dead until they're like, I mean, we can bring him back.
Yeah, he could come back as Metal Hagar, a fighting robot like Heihachi.
I mean, Heihachi is not coming back as a fucking robot.
Nah, baby, that's the meme. It's gonna be Robo Hachi in 8. But so more about SF6. Yeah, I think some of the weird references in World Tour mode sound really funny. I like the backwards poison reference. Like, I don't know if you saw the link, but there's a little character I met where it's just like, do you know what, it's like, are you asking what gender I am? Don't you know it's 2023? We've moved on to the future now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like, you can be, it doesn't matter what gender I am, you can still catch these hands. Which I love. It's very pro Pride Month. But yeah, the World Tour seems goofy, but it seems kind of cool. Like if they were like, more people are gonna play this than played arcade mode in SF5, and I think that's what they're going for.
So
well, I mean, some people have been playing World Tour and they enjoyed it so much that actually like ignited their desire to play the actual, you know, like online portion of the game and get better at that.
Exactly what Capcom wanted. So I think
that's what they were going for. Rather
than doing the Mortal Kombat thing, which I mean has been done and clearly didn't win them any favors in 5, I think what they did here to make the game more interactive is clearly working because people are playing. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, for sure. I mean, like the game does teach you how to play it without like intentionally and unintentionally. Like the robots, the entire purpose of like these drones is to teach you how to do lows, is to teach you how to anti-air, is to teach you how to deal with armored moves. Someone blocking, like taking an opening, like the refrigerator. The entire point is when it opens its door, it's going to start throwing blasts, and that's your chance to throw like a fireball at it and, you know, hit it or whatever. I mean, also the other thing that's amazing about it is just the character creator itself, which is amazing.
Oh my god, I've seen so many crazy characters.
I've seen some wild stuff. Yeah.
If you actually go, we were during my stream, I think on Friday, I remade my character, and what I did was I decided to make him after Yamcha from Dragon Ball. And I actually made what I thought was a pretty decent version of Yamcha, if you've ever seen it, if you guys have seen it or not. If anybody stopped by the stream. But he looks great.
I saw a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw some early revisions, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. About Yamcha, I thought it looked great. We made him a little bit aged, you know.
Punish Yamcha?
Yeah, we made him a little bit aged. We you know, scarred him up a little bit. We made him like, you know, he's basically, the idea is he's in the game as like a world that he's like actually OP in, you know what I mean? Because like if Yamcha's in like Street Fighter, he's fine, right? But if he's in Dragon Ball, he's not fine. Things are bad.
There's an entire like fan manga devoted to a fan taking over Yamcha's body and making him the strongest fighter in Dragon Ball. So.
Yeah, it's called like Dragon Ball: The Time I Was Reincarnated as Yamcha. It's a pretty good read. It's only like 3. It's only like fun. It's like 3 little.
Yeah, you can
books.
see Yamcha just beat the shit out of things.
Yeah, I think it's like there was a time they like even kind of metagame it where it's like he shows up after the Emperor Pilaf saga, which is the first season of Dragon Ball, and where Goku's like, I'm gonna go train with Master Roshi. And then Yamcha just has a choice, like, does he go off with Bulma or does he go train with Goku? And he decides to go train with Goku. All knowing that eventually he's going to have to deal with the Cybermen. And he like shows up and prepares, and you know, and he's like,
it's strong.
I can actually go. I can go to Namek, and he goes to Namek and gets his potential unlocked from Guru. I think he goes before the Frieza saga though.
It's like some fucking
it's a fun
isekai,
read.
like isekai timeline hacking bullshit. But yeah, no,
It
that
is
sounds. Yeah.
because they had full knowledge of like all of the events. It was like a super fan, and they're like, "Yeah, I get to be Yamcha."
Dude, I'm waiting for more anime remixes like that, where like they take characters from animes that are trash and go back and make them the best by like knowing the timeline. That would actually be a fun genre. But no, this game is cool, man. It's cool. I want some characters brought back now. Like it kind of sucks having leaked all of the season 1 characters, because that means that we can't speculate about what the season 1 characters are going to be and who we want back. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but like season 2, like it's time I think it's time for a Nikali redemption arc. Because Nikali was the biggest.
Nah, man.
He was already replaced
of all time.
He's already been replaced.
And I need him back.
Jamie's the new Nikali. Sorry, dude.
No. I need Nikali back. And like he was like, yo, listen, that was just me testing you in the first game. That's why I was so scrubby. And now it's for real. Now it's on.
How would he even work without like the V-trigger stuff? I guess you would just have a super for his install.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he just installs as.
So now he has a super tax. Nice.
Yep.
That character just will never work. Sorry.
Nah, man, he's coming back one day. I believe. I still believe. No, but like, I don't know. Like, who do you think, having played the game, having played the system, who do you think out of former Street Fighter characters would be perfect for it? Because I think there's obviously some easy ones in the list. Like, Makoto would probably be amazing in this system. But like, who else do you think would really fit?
That's a tough question.
I'd like to see Oro in SF6, actually. I think Oro would be cool.
What do you think about it?
Because, you know, 5 he was okay, right?
I liked the weird juggle shit he had in 5. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like with the floating projectiles.
I don't know. I just want to see Alex. Bring Alex back.
Alex can come back. Although a lot of people are saying that I don't know. So supposedly lore-wise, Alex went off and trained with Gil at the end of his story mode in 3, I guess. And this is after 3. So Alex should have some like new supernatural powers when he comes back. Of course, yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
They could they could retroactively change any of the canon at this point, because now we're moving beyond 3. But but it is kind of some cool. Like a lot of people have been really saying the coolest part about the World Tour mode is they're filling in more of the gaps in canon that has like ever been filled in before. Like supposedly this World Tour mode is like the biggest lore dump in Street Fighter ever, because like we found out T-Hawk finally got his wife back. We found out he had a kid. That's awesome. I don't know when he would have got his wife back, but it happened.
That's not true. So it still hasn't been confirmed that Lily is T-Hawk's kid yet.
Yeah, we don't have any confirmation.
Okay.
Yeah.
But T-Hawk did at least train Lily, like fully.
But isn't there a picture of like Lily being with
T-Hawk and Julia?
Yeah, T-Hawk and Julia Chang from Tekken. But yeah,
Ganryu weeps.
Dude, Garyu's big sad right now. But yeah, like, so that's so weird. So I didn't know any of the Julia, like, Novemblue backstory about T-Hawk, but like, dude, like, Street Fighter Julie's backstory is exactly like Tekken Julie's backstory. Like, it's weird. Like, they're both like German, American, Indian, or something like that. Like, what the hell?
I don't know that. You say
that's what I've heard.
I don't know the lore. I don't know.
You're saying Lily is German Indian?
That's no.
You're saying
Julia.
The Julia.
T-Hawk's Julia has almost the same backstory that Tekken's Julia has, as far as I understand. Like they're both part German and part American Indian. It's super weird.
And they look the same.
Yes, and they look the same, and they have the same name. It's kind of weird. Sus. That's some fucking
Street Fighter X Tekken bleeding through the veil.
Dude, that's some like multiversal shenaniganry right there, bro.
Bring it back.
Straight up.
Yeah. So what would you rate Street Fighter 6?
Oh, we're going straight to the ratings?
I got it. Yeah. No. I gotta hear it. Because August, Okay.
So having not played it for very long,
Yeah.
I know playing it's gonna actually it's gonna sour my mood on the game because I have to go through that salt phase before I like it. You know what I mean? I have to be mad at everything before I like it. I would say the game.
I'm still mad at everything.
I would say the game's at maybe a 7 or an 8. It's very high, not perfect.
Okay. Fair enough. That was a fast review, August. All right.
7 or 8.
But watching it right now is beautiful. It's amazing.
Is it a 7 or an 8 then?
Yeah, 7 or an 8. What is it though?
I'm still. I mean, 7.5. Right?
7.5. Okay.
Feels a bit low.
What about you, Matt?
I'd give it a 9.
Okay.
9.
That's fair. I have to give it an 8.5. I gotta remove points for the clunky World Tour opening. I gotta remove points for the music. I gotta remove points for the UI. And I have to remove points because what the fuck is the point of the queue system in the Battle Hub when it doesn't fucking work? Anyway.
The queue system?
Yeah, the queue system. Also, it doesn't re-queue you automatically.
Not unless you keep... You successfully do a match and then you rematch again. But if you miss the match, if you don't queue, then you gotta re-queue.
So stupid.
If you press start, it will pause your queue. Strangely enough.
No. In the Battle Hub?
Yeah.
Like when I'm queuing up to play with someone else at the machine.
If you're sitting down at the machine. If you're standing, you're waiting to play
at
any point, if you're queued up to do ranked or player match, and you press start, it will pause.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, say for example, you're sitting right here and Fredo's sitting right here and I'm standing right here, right? And I queue up to play next, right?
Oh.
And then you beat Fredo, for example. Yeah. And then he just gets jettisoned out and he doesn't even get put back into the queue. And he has to re-go onto the cabinet, press the button, confirm that he wants to fight against you, confirm what side he wants to be on.
The other thing that annoys me, the cabinets, why is it?
Cabinets just really clunky.
No, it's not only super clunky,
really
but they only gave you Street Fighter 2, and you have to do something special to unlock Super Turbo. And I don't think any of the other games are multiplayer yet, right?
No, I think they give you Super Turbo.
I haven't even looked at that.
Yeah, but you have to do something special for it. It's not on by default.
They're just timed. They're just timed. That's it.
Oh.
They just rotate with time.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm at an 8.5. I think the game is super solid. Probably the best Street Fighter we've had. And I look forward to actually where it goes from here. Yes. And I hope that Capcom don't make horrible predatory moves with Battle Pass and
Please
stuff.
Keep supporting this game.
Don't costume FOMO me on the Battle Pass. Please, Capcom. Don't.
One of the things I did want to say about the Battle Passes that I think people are forgetting is there was a Battle Pass for 5, and as annoying as you want to say it was, supposedly it paid for of the tournament prize pool. So if they did the same thing again, it won't be as mad.
That was the CPT
I just don't want to be FOMO'd on the costumes. I don't want that, this was only available at the end of the Battle Pass track, back in 2023. Get screwed, idiot.
Yeah. They need to adopt the Halo Infinite Battle Pass strategy where it's available for you at any time you want to complete it, as long as you complete it.
That could work.
I don't know, man. I think this game is the actual combat of the game, the actual versus combat makes up for anything that the game does wrong, for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm at an 8.5, it's it's so clean.
You can also make custom rooms too, so you don't have to,
they re-enabled that. That's nice.
They enabled the custom rooms, so you don't have to deal with the cabinets.
Also, we had the best launch for a Street Fighter title, pretty much.
Ever?
Yes.
Ever. Yeah.
Probably one of the best fighting games.
The game just, it just kind of worked.
Yeah.
The only hiccup they really had was, oh my god, there's too many people enjoying this game right now, so we have to close custom rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's actually give shout out and props to Capcom where it's due.
For sure.
Holy shit. For how many people bought and played this game in the first week to only have one very small server hiccup? Insane. Especially for a fighting game.
With full crossplay?
Yes,
like,
with full crossplay. And
you take the numbers on like PC and then you're like, okay, now we just like multiply these by like 5 or so and then count for the consoles, right?
Yeah, in the good rollback implementation.
Yeah.
If I wanted to play Daigo from my couch, I could. Like, that's how good it is.
Yeah, if you're both wired, you could literally play anyone in the world. I'm pretty convinced if you're both wired. Wireless, it gets pretty iffy, but it seems like if you were both wired, you could fight against literally anyone in the world.
That's amazing. That deserves just...
Yeah, I've had zero hiccups other than like a single Wi-Fi match where God only knows where.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like... What were you saying? Sorry.
No, it's fine. Just, I would say that the Wi-Fi though is sometimes kind of sketchy. I think it still needs some work. There's also like a lot of I forgot to mention there's a couple of other issues too with the online mode and streaming it. There's like a frame rate issue.
Really?
So when OBS captures the game, it can't keep up with the frame rate the frame rate capture of the game. Like it skips. Like there's like missing frames. Whereas to me,
think that's a hardware issue?
When I'm playing it, it's fine.
I think it's...
Yeah, but OBS puts like more stress on your hardware. So possibly like your hardware isn't good enough. Right? In quotes. When I'm playing, or it could just be...
When I'm playing the game, when I'm actually in match, it's fine.
Yeah.
When it's playing a cutscene, or when it's in the overworld of World Tour, then there's issues.
Everyone's been saying that the World Tour mode, it runs.
I've seen it with other people too.
No, because
World Tour has FPS issues for sure.
No, World Tour, because the World Tour tries to run at 120. Like the fighting game myself tries to run at 60 because it's a fighting game. Any of the menus in the World Tour tries to run at 120. So everyone else has been having issues with capturing World Tour 2 because there's like weird issues. That's why honestly they like made that like the download split where you can download World Tour differently. Because they know like once you're done playing World Tour, you can like put it away, I guess. And like it'll put less stress on your hardware because they know World Tour kind of it doesn't run the same as a regular game.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a lot of stuff it loads. So like, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I suppose the excuse they're probably going with is, this is like the first time we've like really done something like this. So you give us some time to iron out things that are going on, and get things going proper.
But it's not a game-breaking hiccup. It's just annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for streaming, it's somewhat game-breaking because like the skip frames is really jarring as a viewer.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually watchable. I don't know if it's... That's my only thing. I'm like, I'll stream it, and I'm like, is this watchable? Like, if I'm playing the... I'm not worried about playing ranked. Because there's like barely... at least, I don't think... Perfect, if you're in the chat, is there frame skipping during actual matches, like ranked matches and stuff? See if she answers.
I didn't really see any. I was watching you play some and I didn't really see any.
Not really? Okay, just during World Tour. Yeah, that's the only time I ever have problems. So I need to figure out that.
I think if you listen to CSB...
It might not even be a U issue. It could be
it's not just a U issue. If you listen to CSB, I think they talk about it and they do something where like they mention they have a solution, I think, but it like you still get screen tearing. I think they do something about like unsyncing the frame rates or something like that.
Yeah, there's
that sounds awful.
Yeah. There's like what is it? There's like a frame rate thing. Well, yeah, screen tearing is also a problem because you have to turn off this one filter or something like that. This like input delay filter or something like that. And yeah, I think it's a big problem.
But I mean, other than Battle Hub, the main games so crisp and clean, and it streams very crisp and clean. And I look forward, now that we're like in the post-COVID era, at least we think for now, I look so forward to watching offline tournaments. Oh my God, I watched a couple this weekend. They were amazing. CEO's coming up in a couple weeks, right? And I'm just so hyped. I'm so hyped for this. I'm so ready. Like gameplay looks great. Like it's really funny because it's like, because this game is so popular and because this game is gelling with so many people from even the 4 era, you have like people that were gods of 4 that didn't like 5 coming back out of the woodwork, and then you have the gods of 5 still putting in work. So like this is going to be like an all-time collection of like top tier Street Fighter players. Anyone who still wants to be competitive, going for it, and I'm very here for it, man. Like Punk is still out there grinding, Knuckle Dude's still out there grinding, Idom's still out there grinding, and those are just the 5 legends. So I want to see what the 4 legends bring back. You know what I mean? Like I know PR Rog was tweeting, they're like, "Hey yo, I'm coming back.
The 4 Heavenly Kings.
Smug was tweeting, he's coming back. Snake Eyes has been playing this. I don't really know.
Tokido's been playing more.
Tokido's been playing more. I mean, Tokido was still God in 5, but
he was, but he didn't go super hard on 5.
I don't know. He grinded out for the best of Topanga League because I think he wanted to go out as like the last best player of 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, essentially, so many people that are legends of Street Fighter are going in on this game, not just because they have to, but it seems like because they really like how it plays. And I'm very excited to see what the future of pro Street Fighter is going to look like, because I'm sure you got more like 16-year-old phenoms coming out of the woodwork, and then you're going to have the old heads, you know, still repping the game. So very excited.
I just want to see Daigo drop more combos. That's all I want.
Nope.
Oh yeah, what do we think about the parry system? Real quick, I do want to say.
Okay, so like footsies are kind of barely, they're a thing in Street Fighter 6, but also not really, because you can't get greedy with footsies, because at some point someone's gonna hit drive impact or they're gonna parry you. They're just gonna mash parry. They're gonna mash parry button. Or they're gonna mash drive impact, and you're not gonna be able to do footsies more than once. Like you might get one, and then you're gonna try to continue pressure. So the idea is you can't shimmy, so you're either gonna have to jump up or cross people up. Probably neutral jumping is where it's at in terms of the idea. And then it's sort of like if they parry, then you have to like walk up and grab.
Yeah. I mean, if they're drive impact spam, you can also just walk up grab. So
yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. I guess you can sort of. The idea is now for pressure, you have to bait drive impact, and so it kind of becomes like who's gonna drive impact first, who's gonna and then or who's gonna parry first, and then it's sort of like you continue your offense from there. But you need to use both of them sparingly. Because it's sort of like, you obviously want to do drive impact when people are least expecting it, because it's very easy to react to.
Yep.
I'm old. I can't react to it yet. Give me time.
No, I think a lot of people have been kind of, I don't know about complaining, but they're not sure if they like the current parry setup, because they want to take like a lot of them, if they get perfect parries, they want to take it straight into offense. And yeah, you can do that on paper, but there's also like a 20% damage scaling reduction even if you hit a perfect parry. So many people have been complaining, it's like, why even bother hitting a perfect parry if I'm gonna get like a 20% damage reduction? You know what I mean? Because like, yeah, I can get something off it, but it's not as good as like
perfect parries are pretty damn hard in SF6 too.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, why do it if you still get a damage reduction? A lot of people
the risk versus reward is kind of skewed though, because even if you don't get a perfect parry on its own is still extremely good, right? It's not like with Third Strike or whatever, where like, oh, you screwed up your parry, you're gonna eat shit. In this, it's just like, oh, you screwed up your parry, now you don't get a full combo. Sorry, dude.
I think the idea of parrying is there are some situations where you can't drive impact through a move. You can't out footsie a move. So you need to parry it. Like I think Marissa's probably a good example of that, where a lot of her moves and her style is built to blow through drive impact. Though her moves look like you should drive impact through them. But the idea, because they have like gaps in between them. So the idea is she does a combo, she does like her anti-drive impact moves, parry them, you know, and then you can continue. At least I would say. But parrying gives you like a fair bit of advantage, especially in certain situations, or at least it seems like it does. Because as soon as you hit that parry, I think you're plus. And, you know, then you can kind of start going offensive. At least it seems like it. Like, people will parry me and then just DP me after I've hit them with a button. So...
perfect parry or just regular blue?
Regular blue parry. Not even
regular.
perfect parry. But I do get a lot of people trying to perfect parry me and just... But I think they're like... You know, I think they're like really slapping those buttons.
You have like 8 days to get your input in after, so...
I just don't... I'm not utilizing parrying yet really as much as I should. But I feel like against characters like JP, parrying is a good alternative. But the problem is it stops you from moving as well. So the whole idea is with JP, you want to get like this far away from him. You don't want to be this far away from him. You want to be right here because you want to make him afraid to press a button and sort of try to bait him out too.
That's what I've heard. Like, JP will destroy you at far range, but if you get in close, you can kind of out buttons him.
He has some really good buttons though, and he gets like some free ass freaking resets in the neutral, which is annoying, but whatever.
Yep.
They put the boss version in the game by accident.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. So does anyone remember how red parries worked in 4? Because I didn't play 4.
I don't remember, honestly.
Didn't play enough 4, I'm sorry.
But like, I'm wondering if eventually they'll make
I kind of remember. It's like you can use it to like blow through moves, I think.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they'll make a stronger version of a parry, a perfect parry in this. Or like, I don't know if it's ultra perfect parry, but you have to like pay more meter and then maybe you don't get the damage reduction. Because it's like, I don't like, why even bother going for the perfect parry? You know, and I'm still like, other than meter management and maybe starting off with a little bit more advantage.
You get a lot more reward, and there's not much risk to parry in SF6.
Yeah, because there's no high-low, right? It's just parry it.
So the real problem is that you shouldn't look at parrying for damage. You should look at parrying as a momentum mechanic. So the parrying is the idea is you take back your momentum because it's their turn. You want it to be your turn. You parry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you do a get off me or whatever it may be. At least in most cases. So
you punish them.
Not only that, but like certain things like drive rush, perfect parry, and even sometimes I think drive impact will eat inputs as well. So they can be used to like I'm actually starting to see how drive rush is used to punish certain things that are very difficult to punish typically. Like I think it's going to be used to punish Honda's headbutt. Like at least in my mind. You know, like you block
that's fair.
A headbutt, drive rush in, you know, do your little combo, do some mad damage, so on and so forth.
Fair enough.
But yeah, man, Street Fighter 6 is really amazing. I think it's a good game. I think it's really great. I think it's not perfect, obviously, but what game is, you know?
Best modern AAA fighting game release, though.
I would say so. Well, until, you know, MK1 possibly comes out, and we'll see how that goes.
Fighting game players are eating great. We're just doing
Tekken 8, MK1, and SF6 all in the same year.
Yeah.
Bro,
speaking of MK1, we got like 2 trailer things, right?
We got gameplay trailer footage, and we got footage of like streamers going to play the game. So Max has footage, Jay Wong has footage. The game looks fire.
But they all did the same fights.
So maybe only like limited characters are allowed. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, extremely.
But I'm really excited about that.
But what were you guys' thoughts on MK1?
Did you watch the trailers?
I watched the trailer. I think the trailer looks really good. The gameplay looks great. The characters look amazing. Character designs and models look really great. I like the simplicity of that MK1 is presenting, where it's not like Robo, I don't know, Cyrax or whatever the fuck. Like I want it to be like MK1, where it's sort of like this simplistic, you know, like, you know, it's not Hellfire Scorpion, it's just Scorpion. It's like you get to know these characters and sort of get to see more of a human side of it. And that was something that I really appreciated about like MK9, was that, you know, they took it back to basics again, and, you know, sort of, you know, did the same thing. And I like that. I like that about this game. And I want to see what else happens here. Really do.
I think the lore changes are interesting too. Like it looks like Raiden's just going to be a normal monk this time, because Liu Kang is the Elder God now.
Yeah, it's
Liu Kang reset the timeline. So
so Raiden just seems like he's going to be a normal dude, which is going to be so weird, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, it like takes place just before Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of where this is. It's like Raiden humble beginnings for sure.
Oh. So when's Cole showing up?
Raiden Origins.
You're not ready for Cole? He's got his Muay Thai, dude. He's got his body armor.
I don't think he's gonna show up, man. I don't think they even want to acknowledge that movie happened. So.
No, they're making
That's not true. They're making a sequel.
They're making a sequel, yeah.
Oh God.
I bet Cole is gonna be brutally murdered in the sequel.
I don't think so.
Jack's treatment, get his arms ripped off.
For real.
Yeah, but because of the robot arms and then the symbol he got super robot arms. Because that's what magic does.
Yep.
Super.
Magic gives you.
But so far I'm pretty underwhelmed by MK1's like presentation. Mm-hmm. Like the graphics for like the cinematics and stuff, all gorgeous, of course. But then you like get into the actual like fights, and it's not too terribly different from like MK11.
It seems like
with regards to presentation.
Yeah.
Like they haven't really leapt forward that much in like visual fidelity. However,
does it seem less stiff? It seems less stiff to me. Like 11
maybe a little bit, but the animations are still just kind of odd. I don't know. I guess Mortal Kombat's always had like some odd-ish animations, but it seems like they're never gonna grow out of it. We're just always gonna have some weird ass, jank ass looking animations. Mm-hmm. Like for example, in the gameplay trailer, we saw some Kenshi gameplay, and his like sword draw animation super odd, and he has like a really weird kick animation and stuff. Like it's stuff that obviously they can like work on and iron out, but it seemed like they were more showing it off, like, oh look, this is peak, you know, like Mortal Kombat, what we got going here.
Peak Combat
with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Max was saying that it feels different enough from 11. Like none of those character strings are the same. The characters are built differently. Yeah. Hashtag built differently. But no, I do like the fact that there are assists now. I think that's kind of an interesting change to the Mortal Kombat play style. That's going to be kind of neat. And of course, the assists are basically kind of like they work in DBZ, FZ, or even Marvel. Like when the assists take damage, you take damage. So even though they're not like an alternate character you can switch to, you still pull off the same health bars. So you can't just endlessly spam them, even when you're like in the middle of being comboed to death.
Well, also they replaced combo breakers. So like if you're being comboed now, instead of like doing the combo breaker where you like drop out, your assist comes in and just goes wah, you know, and knocks them away to reset things. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Could be cool. I don't know. I'm excited for it.
And it seems to like recharge different times depending on how you used the assist. Yep. So it seems like they're accounting for a lot more. Also, Sonic Fox said that like the combo structure and such has like drastically changed, and people should have a lot more freedom than MK11, which was like a huge criticism of MK11, where each character basically had like 2 combos they used, and that was it, because that's what worked, and everything else was just useless or didn't connect or something like that.
Hello combo.
Yeah, it was fine. You know, it's just how it be.
Yeah. I mean, the game looks
I'm
fantastic.
optimistic for MK1. I'm optimistic for MK1. Aerial juggle was cool. I liked seeing that.
Aerial juggle. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I also like Kenshi looked really cool. He's got a stand now. That was pretty dope.
He has like a spirit sword.
He does, which I think is pretty dope. And I'm excited to see what happens with that, and if he's going to become Blind Kenshi or what, and how they're going to fit that into the storyline. But I just hope that they don't muck up the story again and make it crazy. I just want a simple retelling of Mortal Kombat in an interesting way.
But I live for the popcorn crazy.
I like that they're going back to the 90s. Like Sonya's in her 90s outfit. Like everything is just reset. I think that's cool. Sort
of. Like that's like for the cameos. Like for other characters, like Johnny Cage, he wasn't really in like his 90s.
The characters that they did have cameo though, from what I hear, there's a couple of things about that. They are having, I believe they're having the old mocap people come back to do motion capture for the cameos.
Oh. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah, and also they're having the cameos do like fatalities as well. So your cameos have fatalities.
Yeah, you can call in your cameo for a fatality. Fatalities are still looking kind of boring though, from what I saw. I don't know. I feel like there's so much more creativity you could have with the fatalities. You know, we still have just like Raiden being like, whoosh, I fly through you and then like rip you apart with lightning and zap, 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 zap.
So we've seen them for so many years. I don't think they know what new things to do. Like honestly, maybe they should bring back the classic fatalities. Like they should actually start looking backwards and bringing back the old ones.
I mean, they always make like a callback to like Sub-Zero's first one in like every Sub-Zero iteration. He always has like his little raw freeze, you know, pull out your neck, your spine. Like they even have that in MK1.
No, I saw that one.
So.
You know, I said this is a game I am cautiously optimistic for. As I said, I was not one of the 11 haters. I thought 11 was a great game. Again, I think Mortal Kombat is always the redheaded stepchild of the FGC. Like they try to do things to appease the fans, and it's never what the fans want exactly, or it's never enough. Or the fans are always like, why couldn't you have made your old shit? And it's like, we made the old shit. It didn't do. You complained about it then. And it's like, but now I want the old shit. And it's like,
I mean, there was some game developer guy, like he had like a famous quote of like, fans don't actually know what fans want.
I think it's probably Keats. I think Keats said that, yeah. Because literally, like, there was a time where he was trying to fix the balance of Jago in Killer Instinct, because they're all complaining about this one thing. And he's like, I'm telling you, it's not that thing. It's a different thing. And he's like, no. The fans were like, no, you gotta fix this. Sure enough, he fixed the different thing, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Jago's great now. You did it. And it's like, well, I told you.
Fans don't know shit.
Yeah, I mean, fans know how things feel. They don't know exactly what things are. So, you know, I think it takes an experienced game developer to kind of split the difference and make the fans happy, or at least, you know, fix the game in the best possible way. I don't know if there's such thing as making fans happy, but you can do what you can.
Do we want to move on here?
Tekken? You guys probably know more about the Tekken stuff than I did. I just put the stuff up about the battle changes, because they are changing the system based on the feedback. If we want to talk about that. Sure.
Well, they're changing the heat system's display, basically, because it used to have like this little chain thing indicating how many hits you had left. However, it was borderline pointless because you already had a bar indicating like how many hits you had left. So they just minimized the UI a little bit based on some feedback that they got in the early tests. Cool. It doesn't seem to be anything major mechanically changing.
Right. So it's just like a hit counter. That's all it is.
Basically, it was saying, hey, you have like these links left in your chain, so you can do this many heat thingies.
Heat thingies. Got you.
Yeah, heat thingies.
It's very specific. So they're
They're
not
very
really
specific.
They're not really changing the heat system then.
It's not being changed that much. No, not really. The display is, from what I've read, being changed.
Okay.
For
Fair
the most
enough.
part.
Not too bad.
And then we had a closed beta announcement. Closed beta test.
Closed alpha.
It's or alpha test. My bad. Closed alpha test that is happening on PS5 first, and then a second wave will be happening for PS5, Xbox, and Steam. So, all goes according to Keikaku. We'll be playing Tekken 8 until Tekken 8 on Steam.
Oh boy.
Get in there.
There was
Also,
like
the roster's huge. Like, we got like 16 people for the test. Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Including Claudio.
I forgot to mention, wasn't there an announcement for the MK1 beta as well? There was like a stealth announcement for the beta.
They announced that people could sign up for it.
Yeah.
But it was exclusive to PlayStation 5.
Okay, so there is no beta then. Gotcha.
Yeah.
For B.
Filthy tears.
Maybe it was on Xbox too. Also, I don't know. I just know it wasn't on PC. So for me, there is no beta. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And with Tekken 8, there is going to be 2 betas, I believe. I think it's like the 21st to the 28th or something. Hold on.
I don't think it's that long. I think it's like the 21st to like the 24th or something like that. And then they're following up with like the 30th to like the 1st or some nonsense like that.
Hold on, let me see here.
Or the 2nd.
I have it right here. So let's see. Where is it? All right. So from the 21st to the 24th at 9 a.m. On PlayStation 5, and then from the 28th to the 31st, it's going to be on PlayStation 5, Xbox X, and Steam. So basically, PS5 users getting the perks again. They
have 2 chances to get in. Shitters.
Yeah, there are 2 chances to get in. You get 2 betas you can do, and so you get like 6 days straight or something. So
I'm jelly.
Yeah, PS5. I've thought about buying one. I just don't know if it's worth it.
I can't justify it. Like, I'll play like the new Final Fantasy on it.
New Final.
Right.
That's it. I don't know.
Oh shit. Yeah. No. So this is the struggle as a PC gamer, is that like Sony is so hot with the exclusives right now. Like they're absolutely killing it with the games. I'm still waiting on Ghost of Tsushima. But the problem is they said like the Sony president's gone on record saying like it's going to be at least roughly 3 years before we let our exclusives go to Steam. So like the games I'd be waiting on, the ones I really want to play, Final Fantasy 16 included, I'm probably gonna have to wait at least 2 to 3 years for, and that hurts because I really want to play it. But enough to buy a PS5, probably not. But like again, Spider-Man 2 looks amazing. And I don't want to have to wait for that, but I'm gonna have to wait, and it is what it is. I don't know. At this point, if I like going back in time, knowing the games they were gonna release on a PS5, I probably would have bought a PS5 because some of those games are just out of this world good. The problem buying a console is being locked to that console.
I think my PS5 would be collecting dust right now, to be honest. But
yeah, same. Actually.
But Spider-Man though.
Like
but okay, Spider-Man's good, but you play Spider-Man for like what, a week, maybe?
I mean, it's a 60-hour game. It's probably.
And then you're done. Yeah, it's like a week. Yeah, so.
Oh, I wish I had that kind of time. Goddamn. But no, I mean, PS5 has had some insane exclusives, and it's kind of funny because the Xbox, the Microsoft Showcase has been today. Summer Games Fest. We're going to talk a little more about it later, probably. but like, there were some games on there I want to play, but there's no Spider-Mans. There's no SF-16. Yeah. This is all I'm saying. Starfield, maybe, but I mean, I've watched someone play Outer Worlds. Is Starfield going to be better than Outer Worlds? Is it really going to be?
I mean, Starfield's probably just going to be Skyrim in space. Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know. So at the same time, I'm like, I love Microsoft has bought some amazing developers. Don't get me wrong, but like, I feel like it's that like Western development strategy is like, we make a good, like, we'll make something, we'll take a good concept and hope it works, rather than the like tried into Japanese science of just making awesome experience and then building a game around it. I don't know. Like it's like it just seems like for brand focused philosophies, a lot of the Japanese developers, Capcom, the people who make Square Enix games have been just knocking it out of the park lately. And like FromSoft, yeah. And it feels like Western developers have been like hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't always come together. So I don't know, man. I feel like we're in the JRPG Japanese game renaissance right now, and Western developers gotta figure something out.
When did we leave? Japan's been killing it for years.
I don't know. There were some dark ages for Capcom for a little bit. There were some dark ages for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but not. Capcom's not the only Japanese developer, you know?
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, Japanese developer, like Breath of the Wild, I want to call it Breath of the Wild too. Tears of the Kingdom, I'm sorry.
Tears of the Kingdom.
It feels like...
That game's phenomenal.
It feels like Japanese developers are back. You know what I mean? They're back on the map, showing why they're some of the greatest game developers in the world. And I feel like, where's the Western game company's innovation? Where's like the next like staple that's like, you need to play this game? Like,
speaking of staples and innovation, how'd you guys feel about the Bryan Fury trailer? Because they have integrated and changed Bryan's gameplay quite substantially, it seems like.
Yeah, he's like a buff character now. Like he has to get, he gets jet upper buffs. Like people have to like actually work.
He like taunts and then like heats up. Separate of the heat system, and it makes me all confused.
I don't know, man. I've never been a Bryan Fury fan, so I'm just
like, out there. I couldn't tell of a like less of a pop off that I could have had that Bryan Fury was in the game, just because. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Bryan Fury's.
Of course, he's gonna be in the damn game.
He's been in every Tekken since Tekken 3, so it's not like I haven't seen anything that's knocked my socks off yet. It's sort of. In terms of, it's like,
Lord Supreme, Bryan Fury.
Bryan Fury.
Yeah. I mean, the Claudio teaser at the end of the closed test announcement was more hype for me than the entire Bryan trailer. I'm like, oh my god, it's Claudio. He actually made it back. He's here.
You know who I want back, who I'm probably not going to get back? So, like, who's a weird character you want back?
Oh, man.
I guess we do. Make sure you point your mic the right way.
Hey man,
yeah, right.
Because the light is on one side doesn't mean that's the side you're supposed to talk into. I mean,
yeah, it does.
You move around way too much, man.
Hey,
you're like,
man, I can't wait for Bryan Fury.
Guys, I can't.
This couch is not comfortable.
I can't wait for it, guys.
I'm old. My back hurts. Okay, it's hard to get comfortable.
We're all old.
Yeah, but you guys are at least sitting in computer chairs. I'm on a couch. Okay, I gotta make.
These are terrible for your back.
Yeah.
You guys gotta get better.
But there's the kitty though. Like, how bad could that be?
Chair upstairs.
How is she holding on? How is she holding on to the chair?
There's a little headrest, and she just sleeps on the headrest.
Pro shoulder cat right there.
I see. I keep saying her like, touch your shoulder. She's like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, right.
She just wants you to know.
Right. It's true.
Very tired right now.
No,
she's very sleepy. She's been running around like a maniac since like 5 a.m. So she had to take a little nap ski.
Oh, what a cute baby.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Anywho.
So,
weird character I'd want back. Ancient Ogre. I'd want Ancient Ogre back.
Yeah, no, my beast. My beast from the Middle East. Where is Shaheen coming back, bro? Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, I don't think Shaheen has a very good chance of being back.
That's the problem. Dude, I've never seen a character just jump on someone's face and just slide around the fucking screen. That shit's fire.
Yeah, cool. See, that's pretty fire. However, Shaheen is one of the most boring characters in the entire history of Tekken.
Really?
Keen is so dry.
They need to bring him back. The
There's
Beast
just
from the
nothing to him.
Return.
And he's so generic too. Like, ugh. Give me something cool.
They need to add Guile.
No, they need to add
Guile. No.
They need to add a. Who's the guy from SF4 with the oil? Hakan. They need to add a Hakan equivalent. Someone needs to fight the fucking sumo dude from Ganryu. We need a Hakan versus Ganryu match.
Turkish oil wrestling? Is that where we are right now?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow.
Yeah. But I want some more new characters in my Tekken 8, bro. Give me some unique and weird characters.
I mean, I think we're gonna get some weird ones because
so.
Harada's never, like content to just have like a bunch of normal ass shit. He's like, nah. Negan from The Walking Dead? Yeah, no, he's in my game. I love The Walking Dead.
I love it.
That was the weirdest like guest character I think I've ever seen in a game.
My favorite.
Like short of the car in like Fighters Mega Mix, short of like the Daytona car and Fighters Mega Mix, that might be the weirdest guest fighter.
It was wild, but he actually works like really well as a Tekken character.
I just think like, I don't know, man. I'm not really too high for Bryan Fury. I think it's cool that he's in the game, and of course, people have really wanted him for. They're always going to be. There's too many people who love Bryan Fury to not have him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, Bryan looks all right, man. I'm excited to see what they do, and hopefully, I get into that. We can get in that beta test, and then we can do some streams. I haven't
Hopefully
applied yet.
that netcode's fucking working good, or else the game might be dead on arrival.
I'm assuming they're gonna do crossplay with this one. Well, since Harada
crossplay was already confirmed.
I know.
Twice.
Yeah, because
even the alpha's having crossplay.
Yeah, but I mean, you're 100% right though. That netcode needs to be godlike. When Street Fighter 6 shows up and you can play anyone in the world almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
If Tekken netcode isn't godlike, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Bro. You're gonna get Sean ridiculous.
Gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's also gonna be a problem.
Tekken 7 netcode again. We have to have some much better netcode.
F6 set the standard for AAA fighting game netcode releases.
I'm just scared because
that was Drive, but
because that means that the Middle East is gonna get the netcode, and then we're all just doomed, you know?
Oh yeah.
Because then you're gonna find the killers that have been grinding
you're gonna load in. You see they're from Pakistan. You're like, no, please, Alt F4.
Pakistan too good.
I can't hold all these L's.
Pakistan
I can't demote again.
New Korea, bro. You just can't stand up to it. You just can't.
New Korea.
Godlike. Still.
New Korea. The new Korean Republic of Pakistan.
Tekken just needs that money, that Street Fighter money. And I think
you're putting that million?
Yeah,
bro,
they need that million.
I wanna see the like fucking PhD level scientists that come out of like whatever they're doing just to play Tekken if Tekken puts up $1 million. Like seriously. Like if Tekken put up $1 million, you'd bet there'd be some people that were like living in a forest only playing fighting games come out of the woodwork just to play Tekken, bro.
I've been playing since Tekken 1.
Oh boy.
Please.
Every morning I get up and play Tekken under a waterfall. Just sit with my joystick in my lap.
What else we got here?
So yeah, what was next on the docket? I think we had
Summer Game Fest announcements.
Yes, indeed.
Two new Yakuza games, baby.
2 new Yakuza games.
I'm very excited.
Very
excited. It looks like I don't know if you watched the trailer, but the guy from 7, Ichiban, looks like he's washing up in Hawaii, baby. First American Tekken Yakuza game. I'm hype. Yeah, so he like washes up on a beach naked in the trailer. And everyone's talking with an American accent, and like people are wearing like leis. So it looks like that game is going to be in Hawaii, which could be very interesting. And it's called like Infinite Wealth. So I'm sure like kind of like in 7, there's going to be like some type of like business or money system. So he's like Ichiban's about to set up his like Hawaiian hotel empire, bro. I'm here.
Right.
Yeah, so we're getting one of those, and then I haven't watched the trailer for the other Yakuza game, but it looks like it's going to be about Kiryu again, and he's doing some like spy shit. For what I heard, so that'll be cool too. But yeah,
are there 2 Yakuza games or 1 Yakuza game? This is the thing I was confused about.
I thought it was 1, but
no,
you're saying it's 2, so
yeah, no, there's 2. Okay, so there's basically they decided to do a continuation of both the Kiryu storylines and the Ichiban storylines.
Well, in the Ichiban one, they said Kiryu was in there. They said Kiryu was in the storyline, if I remember correctly.
But I think they played different though, because I think Infinite Wealth is sticking with that RPG style,
right?
And the other one is going for back to the more brawly style of the other ones.
Oh yeah,
games.
Yeah, the Kiryu one is gonna have the beat up
brawly style. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm here for it. This will be real cool. Those games always have awesome and weird stories, and they're just fun. Like it's like Japanese GTA, but more centered on just having fun. So
I haven't played too terribly much of them, but what I played, I really enjoyed. So.
Yeah.
Man, people are gonna get mad that you're comparing it to GTA.
They are gonna get mad
because they're not really GTA games.
They're not.
So. But it's fine.
They're really not. They're fine. Yeah, that's whatever.
It's not like if you took like somewhere halfway.
They're gonna get mad at him, not us. We're fine.
That's fine. That's true.
Okay. It's right in the middle. I'll take it. But no, very excited about two new Yakuza games. That's gonna be cool. We had some people talk about Starfield. A bunch of shit's coming out. I had a comprehensive list somewhere and I've lost it.
That was the PC game show.
Yeah, that was the PC game show. But we're getting
Prince of Persia. We're getting a new Prince of Persia.
Wait, are we still on Summer Games Fest?
Side scrolling. Yeah, we're talking about Summer Game Fest.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we're switching subjects because
no.
Just so you know, if we switch subjects, there's I have questions that I'm switching to. Like I missed the Bryan Fury trailer Claudio announcement switch, but it's fine. It was all under Tekken 8.
That kind of all just rolled together in Tekken 8. Yeah, so it's fine.
Lies of P.
New Prince of Persia.
Oh, Prince of Persia. Very excited. We're also
music choice super weird. Game looks fantastic though.
We're also getting a new Assassin's Creed. If anyone still cares. Assassin's Creed Mirage. We got an announcement about the next Final Fantasy VII mobile game and actual game. So we're getting a Final Fantasy mobile game for all you people who want to play Final Fantasy on your phones. Good luck to you. You getting that out too?
I still don't quite understand what they're going for there, because it's probably going to be like a gacha game with just Final Fantasy VII elements to it, because that's how people make money. That's what they do. They have a gacha game, and you're going to be rolling to get Cloud, and you're not going to get Cloud, and you're going to be mad. You're going to whip out that credit card. You're like, I'm getting Cloud today.
We're getting Cloud.
I feel like it's not even going to be that. I feel like it's going to be for costumes, because I feel like they're not going to
could be that too.
I'm sick of getting Kate Sith.
Yeah.
I'm sick. Nobody likes Kate Sith. What's this shit?
Someone somewhere is going to be mad they can't play as Cloud in his femboy costume, so they're going to be showing big
I'd be mad if I couldn't play as him in his freaking Advent Children costume.
But so we're getting a Final Fantasy mobile game, but even better, we got some of the first footage of FF7 Rebirth, which is going to be the sequel to Remake. So very, very excited about that.
They're taking strong departures from the Final Fantasy VII story, and we'll see how that works out.
I'm hoping man. We knew it was going to happen, or we suspected it was going to happen, so I'm kind of
we knew, because if you played the first
Remake.
Remake, different shit happens, and there's events where they these are ghosts, they're changing the timeline. It's whoa, that's wacky. All right, let's see where it goes.
So we're there's it's definitely an alternate timeline, and it's either people think it takes place after the happenings of the first game, or after Advent Children even. There's a moment where during the original game, and spoilers, but there's a moment where Cloud comes to talk to Cloud, and he's like, we've been through this before, we've done this before. Think of how we handled it last time. And it's like, it's literally like saying that. And then pretty much the cliffhanger of one of the cliffhangers of the ending of the game is like, well, you have this much time. You have like 10 minutes. Think of how much we could do. And so it's like, there's like a time traveling element, feels like, or an alternate timeline element to this game. And it really seems like, you know, Zach showing up to
Zach and Angel.
Yeah, like it's very different. It has a different feel to the whole thing. So I think it's going to be interesting what they do with the game and how they subvert it.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not just rehashing things. Personally.
Yeah.
Same. You don't always want a remake to be the same thing. In fact, you generally don't want it to be the same thing because you had the same thing. You want it to be its own thing that, you know, is tied to the old thing.
Let's
sure.
see, Liza P demo.
Liza P demo.
I played a little of it. It feels off. And it has some like weird issues on PC. Like
off how?
Well, so like dodging feels borderline pointless because there's a delay on like everything you do. So like, say you're like swinging in like a Dark Souls game, right? And you're like swing, dodge, swing, dodge, swing, dodge. In Liza P, it's more swing, animation finishes, dodge. So you don't have like the crispness, I guess, of the Souls game.
It also seems like blocking is viable too.
Blocking is very important. You are blocking a lot. If you don't block, you die. That's how it is. Oh, and there's a weird bug where the enemies' animations are tied to frame rate. So if I was playing, for example, at like 120 FPS, right? And so the enemies were attacking about twice as fast as they were supposed to be, making a boss fight borderline impossible.
Whoa.
However, you can also limit your frame rate to like 30 FPS and everything just slows down. You can just crush things. So that's just fun.
Was there anything
I'm sure
else?
they'll fix it.
I wasn't sure if there was anything else that we hadn't covered that was on Game Fest here that we wanted to go through.
I don't think so. Like, we saw a little preview of the freaking Twisted Metal TV show. Please no. Please no. It doesn't.
Been filmed.
It's done.
They cannot put it out now.
Why? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Words.
Like it could be good. It's just, you know, it just seems it
could just be a bad clip.
Based on that trailer, it will not be good.
But that's
that's all I have to go on. That's all I have to go on.
That's what they wanted you to see. So, out of everything they had, so
yeah, that's their shining moment.
Oh wait, did anyone care about there's a new Akira Toriyama game, Sandland, coming out.
From Sandland.
Was there gameplay?
On his really old work.
Was there a gameplay trailer for it, or is it just still more teasing?
It might have been just a cinematic.
There was gameplay.
Oh, there was gameplay?
Yeah. Well, there was like gameplay in the trailer kind of thing, you know, like walking around and stuff. It didn't seem like fantastic, but you know, Akira Toriyama's like Dragon Ball, you know, he has other stuff, right? But Dragon Ball.
Isn't he also doing the art for the next Dragon Quest game that's coming out?
He does art for all the
art for every Dragon Quest.
Yeah, so there's a new Dragon Quest game coming out that they started talking about, and that looked kind of cool. It's going to be like another action RPG. That looks kind of sick. I can't remember what it was called, but
Dragon Quest? No way.
Yeah. There's a new Dragon Quest game coming out.
You said it's going to be another action RPG?
Yes.
No way. That's not true.
Wow.
Oh, you're hilarious.
Well, I mean, they're turn-based, but you know.
Yeah, most of them are, but I think this new one's going to be an action RPG.
I mean, I'm all for an action RPG. Give it to me. I love action RPGs.
Right. So let's see.
Oh yeah, and Sonic, the new Sonic game.
Oh yeah, Sonic actually, they look pretty fun.
The trailer was fun. The trailer was really fun. I liked it.
I want to play a 4-player Sonic game.
Yeah, it could be fun.
It'd be a good time.
What else? Oh, we saw gameplay of Alan Wake 2. The game is looking gorgeous.
Yes.
They're
heavily
really talking it up too.
Yeah,
they're really talking up. They're like, this is gonna be the most bestest looking game of the entire year. Like,
not only that, but
careful.
It's also heavily inspired by True Detective, which, if anyone's seen the first season of True Detective, literally amazing TV show.
I have not. I've heard only good things.
All right, guys.
So.
First season's the best season, but yes.
Fair enough.
So I think we should probably wrap up here.
Yeah, it's a good time. Good place to wrap. I mean, that's basically the end of Summer Games Fest anyway.
Yeah.
So, Quintessence, where can people find you?
Streaming over on twitch.tv/QuintessenceHD, but I'm not sure how much longer that's going to last for since Twitch is burning to the ground as we speak. Also on Twitter, another platform that's burning to the ground, also Quintessence HD.
Right.
Maybe I'll move to YouTube. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought about moving us to YouTube or even Kick, especially here on the podcast.
Yeah, I might move to Kick.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. August, where can people find you, man?
Same back time, same back channel here on the Backlog Podcast for now. Streaming one day, maybe. But no plans right now.
All right. Well, this has been the Backlog Podcast number 56. We will see you soon. Bye-bye, y'all.
Peace out.